The
This is good.
first update that Lyft had rolled out was yesterday on National Dog Day. And so happy National Dog Day to all the doggies out there. But or I'm not Uber. Lyft is following in Uber's footsteps. Uber Pet came around a few years ago. Now Lyft has pet rides. And so, yeah, a passenger can order a ride for pets. And the driver is going to earn $4 more on top of that ride.
Yeah.
So honestly, I mean, hey, if you like taking pets or you don't mind taking pets, this is not bad. I mean, this is a pretty
Oh,
good little thing here for you. It's an extra $4 to take for the same kind of ride. The only difference is you'll have a pet in the car versus not.
well, yeah, the problem I have is, look, there's nothing wrong with this. Obviously, the little tree following the big tree on this one. Uber had Uber Pet for a long time. But I mean, look, $4 extra is $4 extra. I actually want to, not that I'm a huge fan of Harry's interviews, okay? But Harry interviewed a truly completely blind young lady on our channel, okay? And she has an amazing, his name is Theo, a service animal, okay? A seeing eye dog. Or, yeah, I mean, sometimes she uses her cane, but she goes, my dog is my eyes. And he interviewed her, and, she was talking about challenges of getting picked up with a dog, okay? And I would really encourage all of you to go watch it. I watched it. I think I learned quite a bit. I learned the 2 questions I can ask because, Chris, you know what happens. A lot of people with dogs, mostly dogs. I love dogs. However, they come in saying that this is my emotional support dog, and they won't order the pet, Uber Pet, right? Or Lyft Pet. They'll just order regular standard Lyft and then bring the dog in. And then when we do cancel, or when we see the dog, and then, why don't, most people don't order Uber Pet or Lyft Pet now. I hope they do on Lyft more than Uber, because they try to save the $4 and then sneak the dog in. And this lady who was blind, really facing challenges, and her dog is an absolutely completely trained service animal. And then, we get the shenanigans with the riders. Yeah, this is my emotional support dog. Oh, this is my service animal. And then the freaking dog is just jumping up and down in the back seat, right? And it's not trained. But then if you don't take him, what happens? They complain, and then they go deactivated, right? So I hope there's, a better way of doing all this, but no, this is good. $4 extra. Hope the riders order it. Hope the riders use it, as opposed to or trying to save $4 and ordering a regular standard trip and sneaking the dog in. So
How many times do we see passengers where you go to the location to pick up and it's 5 or 6 people trying to order a regular ride or an X when they need an XL, or even having an XL and they have like 9 people there and they're trying to get the ride, and it's like, no, you need either 2 cars or you need to order the XL because they're all trying to save the money. And hopefully there are a lot of people though that will order Pet. I mean, we've seen Uber Pet when we're doing our comparisons. We'll see Uber Pet pop up quite a bit. So, I mean, honestly, at least people are using it. But yes, that is the big thing to take note. First off, when it comes to service animals you have to take. That is
yeah.
it's law in all 50 states. If you don't, yes, you will be deactivated.
Yeah.
When it comes to a service, I'm sorry, when it comes to a support dog, an emotional support dog, those do not fall under ADA guidelines.
Yeah.
So that is a whole different beast, and they are not, under law. They're not trained like service animals are, and they don't. It's not ADA, so you don't need to do that. Unfortunately, though, yes, your dumbass passenger will complain, and you'll get deactivated. So
Yeah.
this is one thing why you should probably have a dash camera if you don't already, because you can use that dash cam footage to say if it's proved that it was a emotional support dog versus a actual service dog. If you have that on camera, again, it's not ADA the same as service dogs. So there's that difference there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to taking pets, if you enjoy pets or anything like that, yeah, that is a good thing because it's $4 extra in your pocket. Now, one thing I would recommend, make sure you have some different things. I put a couple of different things in the description on stuff that you should have. just in case you want to take pet rides, like a towel, because you can get out, put the towel down. They can be on the towel. Get a nice big one. So I put a big beach towel on there because it'll cover your entire back seat. And then that way, any fur or anything like that. There's also like fur cleaning utility, little different things, lint rollers and stuff. So you should have those things just in case, pet and stain removers, just in case something does happen, because unfortunately they get nervous, something like that happens. And if you really love dogs, have a little bit of treats in there for them. It can help. And the only thing I'll say is just make sure you ask the owner before you give a dog a treat, just in case there's anything. You don't want a dog that bites the
I
hand that
mean,
feeds. You don't want anything like that. But yeah, if you're going to opt into taking pet rides, I would highly suggest getting some of those, or at least looking at some of those things. So I put them in the description for you.
and
Maybe.
FYI, you can opt in or out with Lyft in this. And on
Yep.
Uber, there is a Uber on your Uber preferences. You can also opt in and out. So that part is at least a big plus, because look, some drivers are afraid of dogs, or some drivers are completely allergic to dogs, right? At least the opt-in and out part is good. Good job, Lyft, that you gave the driver the choice to take these trips on or not. But I really am encouraging all of you to go watch that interview. But the completely blind lady, young lady, and she works at KKR. I mean, KKR is a massive private equity company, and obviously she's having her life continue with being completely blind from the age of 18. But I felt for her. She did talk a lot about drivers canceling on her, when they see the dog or not, although her dog is obviously completely
Mhm.
trained. But then I've had situations that people come in with a dog, I'll be barking like the whole trip, and I'm like, it's a distraction. I'll be jumping up and down, dirty feet, hair everywhere. But then, if you have a service animal, you will know immediately that that dog is just going to go on the wheel well, put its heads down, and then just sit there. It's not going to dirty your car. It's
Yep.
not going to do anything else. So,
Yeah, they're highly
um,
trained.
yeah,
And not every dog can be a seeing eye dog or a service animal. They're very select few, and all the
yeah,
ones that go into being trained don't make it out on the other side. So I forget what the percentage is, but it's a small amount of dogs that actually are. So many of them are trained very well.
yeah. No,
And
completely trained. Yeah,
the other ones that are service that aren't trained very well, they're trained very well.
the owners.
So they do their own thing. Yeah. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of things, but as I say, have dash cameras just in case, especially too, some of these animals, if they're getting into some trouble and they're high anxiety. My one dog is very high anxious dog, and I mean, she doesn't destroy a lot of things, but she'll get into things, and it's a pain in the ass really. But you don't want them chewing stuff up on your car and stuff like that. But again, have a dash camera to make sure anything that happens, you're able to collect upon. So if there's any damage or anything like that, you can collect. Same thing with, just having those extra things on hand. So then that way, in the event something happens, you're able to clean it up real quick, whether it's some fur or, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So check the links in the description below for some things that we put in there.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.